Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our course Understand Quran and Salah the easy way. يقولون they are. Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters, welcome back. Inshallah we'll continue with 7th lesson in which we will learn some grammar. And remember, we are doing it through TPI, that is total physical interaction. You're watching us, you're listening, and you are of course thinking, understanding, but please repeat with us and also show the way I show when I repeat those verbs of different forms. So we have learned huwa, hum, anta, antum, ana, nahnu. Okay, that is well learned. Just for 1 minute, let us repeat or let us practice it. Can you translate? Huwa, he, hum, they, anta, you, antum, you all, ana, I, nahnu, we. Repeat after me. Huwa, hum. Repeat after me in Arabic. Huwa, hum. Anta, antum. Ana, nahnu. MashaAllah. And also we have learned Rabbuhu, Rabbuhum, Rabbuka, Rabbukum, Rabbi, Rabbuna. That is his, their, your, my, and our. And also Rabbuha, her. So can you translate Rabbuhu, his Rabb. Rabbuhum, Rabbuka, Rabbukum, Rabbi, Rabbuna, MashaAllah. And Rabbuha, her. Repeat after me in Arabic. Rabbuhu, Rabbuhum, Rabbuka, Rabbukum, Rabbi, Rabbuna, MashaAllah. And also we have noted, earlier that there are 3 types of words in Arabic language. The first is ism or noun, which represents names and attributes. And the second type is verb, which tells us about an action. And the third type is letter. It's called harf, translated as letter, even though it is made of more than one letter. So third type is letter or harf, which joins nouns and or verbs. And we have learned different letters like la, min, an, ma'a, bi, fi, ala, and ila. So let us just revise these letters because they're very important. These 8 letters have come in the Quran with hu, hum, ka, kum, i, na, and ha almost 10,000 times. So let us learn it thoroughly. I told you that to remember the meanings of these letters, of prepositions, and also ma'a, which is not a preposition, but these letters you have to remember them through examples. So what is the meaning of la and li? For. Can you answer me? What's the meaning of la and li? For. And the example, lakum dinukum waliyadin. Very good. What's the meaning of min? From. Example, I take refuge in Allah from shaitan, the outcast. An means with. Example, radiyallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him. Ma'a means with. Example, inna Allah ma'as sabirin, indeed Allah is with those who are patient. So let us repeat that 2-3 times so we learn it thoroughly. La and li means for. Example, lakum dinukum waliyadin. Min means from. Example, an means with. Example, ma'a means with. Example, inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Again, la and li means for. Example, lakum dinukum waliyadin. Min means from. Example, an means with. Example, ma'a means with. Example, inna Allah ma'as sabirin. Now can you just tell me the meanings? La and li means for. Min, from. An, with. Ma'a, with. Again, la and li, min, from. An, with. Ma'a, with. Last time, la and li, for. Min, from. An, ma'a. I can take an example. Let's go backwards. Okay, ma'a means with. An means min, from. La and li, for. MashaAllah. And you can do a lot of these exercises to learn it thoroughly, and learn all those meanings thoroughly. We have learned 4 more prepositions also. Bi, fi, ala and ila. But before we go there, these 4 prepositions that we just practiced, or 3 prepositions plus ma'a that we just practiced, have come in the Quran almost 5,000 times, which are listed here. Lahu, lahum, laka, lakum, li, lana, for him, for them, for you, for you. And similarly, minhu, minhum, minka, minkum, minni, minna, anhu, anhum, anka, ankum, anni, anna, ma'ahu, ma'ahum, ma'aka, ma'akum, ma'i, ma'ana, and laha, minha, anha, ma'aha. So we come to next 4. These are prepositions bi, fi, ala and ila. Let us remember their meanings and examples. Bi means in. Bi means in. There is a mistake there. Bi means in. Example, Bismillah. Fi means in. Example, fi sabilillah. Ala means on. Example, Assalamu alaikum. Ila means to. An example, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Bi means in. Example, Bismillah, in the name of Allah. Fi means in. Example, fi sabilillah. Ala means on. Example, and ila means to. Example, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Once more, bi means in. Example, Bismillah. Fi means in. Example, ala, on. Example, ila, to. Example, so let us just practice the meanings. Bi means in. Fi, in. Ala, ila, to. Once more, bi, in. Fi, ala, ila. Last time, bi, in. Fi, ala, ila. Let's go backwards. Ila means to. Ala, fi, bi, in. There is a typing mistake again. Bi means in. Bismillah. And these 4 prepositions with hu, hum, ka, kum, i, na and ha come in the Quran 4,327 times. And here is the table, which is bihi in him, bihim in them, bika in you, bikum in you all, bi, bina and biha. Similarly, fihi in him, fihim in them, fika, fikum, fiya, fina, fiha. Similarly, alayhi on him, alayhim on them, alayka, alaykum, alayya, alayna, alayha, and ilayhi to him, ilayhim to them, ilayka, ilaykum, ilayya, ilayna, ilayha. You can practice that more, inshallah, so you learn these 10,000 occurrences of the Quran nicely. But let me tell you one very important thing when it comes to prepositions and these words and letters. Remember 3 important points. We have learned basic meanings, but sometimes you will be surprised that the meanings of these prepositions or letters change. And you will say, well, I had learned line li means for, how come it is to or from? So here are those simple clues, and if you remember them, inshallah, there will be no confusion at all. First thing is, different languages use different prepositions. For example, if I say amantu billah, I will translate it in Arabic, in English as I believed in Allah, or in Urdu as my Allah par iman laya. Par means on in Urdu, and in means, of course you know in, and bi means in or with. So actually the preposition from one language to another language changes depending on the action that you are describing. In English, when you talk of belief, you use in. In Urdu, when you talk of belief, you use on. And in Arabic, when you talk of belief, you use bi. It does not mean, for example, in means par in Urdu. I will not say, if I am translating from Urdu to English, I will never say I believed on Allah, even though in Urdu that's what it means. But the action of belief in Urdu is with on, in English it is with in, and in Arabic it is with bi. So the point is, just look at what you are translating, what is the action that is being described, and corresponding preposition will be used in your language. Second point is, sometimes a preposition is there in Arabic, but it is not there in English. For example, يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ, entering the religion of Allah. You will not say entering in the religion of Allah, because in is already there in enter. Even within English you have this style. For example, I will say I said to him, I said to him, I told him. When I use the word told, I will not say I told to him, that's wrong. I said to him, if I use the word said, I will have to use the preposition to, but if I use the verb told, to is not used. So you see, depending on the verb that you are translating, sometimes you need the preposition in your language, whereas it is sometimes preposition is used in Arabic, but it is not used in English. Similarly, ighfirli, forgive me, you will not translate it as forgive for me, because the word for is already there inside that word or verb forgive. So forgive me, the translation of li will not be there. The opposite also is true. For example, the preposition is not there in Arabic, but you will have to add in English. For example, warhamni, and have mercy me. No, have mercy on me. You have to add the preposition on in English. Similarly, qini adabaka, qini save me, adabaka your punishment. You will have to add the preposition from to complete the sense or the sentence. So sometimes preposition is there in Arabic, not there in English. Sometimes it is not there in Arabic, but is there in English. It depends on the verb that you are translating, and if you understand these simple points, then you will not have any confusion when it comes to preposition. And the last thing is, change of preposition leads to change in meanings, just like in English. For example, you say get. Get means to obtain something. Get in, does that mean obtaining something inside? No, get in means come in. Get out, get off, get on, get at. So as you change the prepositions, the meanings change. Similarly in Arabic also, salli means pray, salli ala Muhammad, send peace on Muhammad. So as you change the preposition, the meanings change, just like in English, just like in any other language. So just understand these simple things, and inshallah all your confusion about prepositions will vanish. Last thing, we learned 4 words which come in the Quran 900 times, which is hadha, this, haulai, these, dhalika, that, ulaika, those. Can you repeat after me? Hadha, this, haulai, these, dhalika, that, ulaika, those. Hadha, this, haulai, these, dhalika, that, ulaika, those. Can you translate? Hadha, haulai, dhalika, ulaika, hadha, this, haulai, dhalika, ulaika, those. Can you repeat after me in Arabic? Hadha, haulai, dhalika, ulaika, hadha, haulai, dhalika, ulaika, hadha, haulai, dhalika, ulaika. You can practice more. These are very simple words. Now coming to learning tip, how much do we remember? According to research, 25% of what we read, 35% of what we listen, 50% of what we see, 60% of what we say, 75% of what we do, and 95% of what we read, listen, see, say, and do. So involve yourself in learning, teach and learn and repeat and say and show. Inshallah, you will learn the most. With this, we come to the conclusion of 7th lesson. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next lesson. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our course, Understand Quran and Salah the easy way. The easy way. يقولون they are.